and to recognize the colleagues that are here, the regional advisor from Paris 21, Philip Kavici, representative of the World Bank, I know they are here, probably they're still on the way, the representative from the African Union, that is also here, the director of the Africa Development Statistics Division, some of you that may not have known, is actually, I would like to raise so that you can actually meet him because he's coming in for the first time. And I would like to welcome formally to the Statistical Fraternity. So this is the successor of Charles Lufumpa, who you'll be meeting also in the next 2 days. He's also coming to be here with us. I would also want to recognize colleagues from the from the Office of National Statistical Office, UK, development partners that are here, including those from the United Nations agencies that are also be having several activities around here. Colleagues from the regional economic communities that are here, the colleagues from the statistical training centers, the distinguished heads of national statistical offices with whom that have allowed us to be able to gather this morning. And of course, our statistical elders that are here. I want to give them a special welcome to this particular session. May I simply say, all protocols observed. As has been our tradition, we have organized the Forum on the African Statistical Development, commonly called as the FASDev, at the back of the Statistical Commission of Africa. The FASDev was initiated in 2004 by the Economic Commission for Africa, the African Development Bank, the Partnership for Statistics for Development for the 21st Century, and the World Bank. Over the years, FASDev has established linkages among producers of official statistics, statistics training centers, and partners supporting statistical development on our continent. The meetings of the forum have played a critical role in contributing to partnership building for statistical development in Africa, harnessing the opportunity and more actors to support African countries in the field. The use of big data and data science in official statistics, the implementation of national and regional strategies for the development of statistics and capacity building have been quite critical in the process, and I want to give 3 examples in that way. The first, the Economic Commission for Africa, in collaboration with the Department of Economic and Social Affairs and National Institute of Statistics of Rwanda, joined forces to develop capacities of African countries to exploit big data sources of data science techniques to complement official statistics and to provide knowledge on newly developed methods, algorithms, and tools to the community of official statisticians in Africa. This partnership has since been extended to include UNFPA, the African Development Bank, the East African Community, and the Office of National Statistics of UK, and the University of Rwanda, as well as the African Institute of Mathematical Science, among others. Regarding the national strategies for the development of statistics and regional strategies for the development of statistics, the Economic Commission for Africa and the African Union, the African Development Bank, and the Partnership in Statistics for the Development of the 21st Century have worked together over the decades and continue to support the development, implementation, and evaluation of the strategies in African countries and the regional economic communities. The Common Market for Eastern Africa and Southern Africa, commonly known as COMESA, has recently also joined this particular bandwagon, if we could call it that way. Number 3, ECA, FAO, and 3 regional statistical training centers, that is in Abidjan, Arusha, and Dakar, have partnered to provide training, capacity building of agricultural statistics. In the framework of this partnership, 48 students from the National Statistical System got a master's degree in agricultural statistics between 2022 and 2024. Really a big chunk in terms of really injecting new statisticians in the field of agricultural statistics coming from these institutions that we have on the continent. So the theme for this year's StatCom, Unleashing the Potential of African Innovation and Statistical Development, resonates with the philosophy of FASDev, which is to develop and strengthening capacity of national statistical systems to modernize and transform their statistical systems. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, 4 years ago, the COVID-19 crisis ravaged the human fiber. Our core of assets, the FASDev, focused on maintaining and guiding efforts to partnership building for statistical development in Africa towards the transformation and modernization of national statistical system to assist countries to effectively support sustainable development goals agenda, the transformation agenda for Africa, and respond to and anticipate users' needs adequately. 2 years ago, we gathered here in Addis Ababa as heads of national statistical offices to reflect and discuss on the strengthening and coordinating efforts and support to accelerate the transformation and modernization of national statistical systems in Africa. I'm glad to report to you, distinguished delegates, that the report, since then, we have recorded notable progress in several countries with the support of partners, including the digital census, modernization of administrative data for statistical purposes, the use of data science and new data sources to address the data gaps and adequately respond to users' needs. This evidence indicates that the African national statistical systems are moving in the right direction. I guess you are the witnesses, are the recipient of this particular support. However, there is need to expedite the provision of robust data and statistics to assist the government in accelerating the achievement of the Agenda for Sustainable Development and the Agenda 2063, the Africa we want, including their national development plans in that respect. One of the significant challenges African national statistical system faces is strengthening the modernization of technical and financial resources to support innovation statistical development in Africa, which is the theme of the 11th FASDev. This theme is part of the continued effort in transformation and modernization of official statistics in Africa, where innovation plays an important role. Thus, governments should be moving towards fully funding their statistical systems. Today, as we sit here, we'll be introduced to the Integrated Strategy Toolkit for the transformation and modernization of national statistical systems in Africa, prepared by the Economic Commission for Africa to support and guide transformation and modernization of the continent. As you may be aware, we have made sure in the process to involve some of the statistical orders to support the process, particularly in the modernization of the national statistical system. So again, I want to give special thanks to Professor Ben, who has been part of this process, and all the others that have joined us. The toolkit stresses that innovation significantly contributes to the advancement of statistical capabilities, and that leads to the transformation and modernization of official statistics if implemented, implying that by enabling innovation, national statistical offices can strengthen statistical development, providing a solid foundation of evidence-based decision-making and policy formulation at various levels. The Africa Center for Statistics at the Economic Commission for Africa, along with several partners, is prioritizing innovation in its program, support for the African national statistical system. For instance, the center is supporting member states to fill up gaps with data gaps with high frequency and cost-efficient data sources such as administrative data by supporting the modernization of their administrative data sources for statistical purposes. It is also assisting countries to harness the opportunities offered by the new data sources and technologies, as well as digital developments to improve data collection, analysis, dissemination, and its use. This support includes digital censuses, as you may have seen in many of the countries, the use of innovative tools and solutions, methods of techniques in collecting, processing, analyzing, and disseminating data, as well as data and statistics to measure national, regional, and global development initiatives, integration of statistics and geospatial data, and transformational leadership to enable innovation. This year's FASDev program of work has been prepared to showcase innovation, as you have seen from the program, unlike in the past where we had half days, but this time around we have the FASDev that is full days. And the purpose for that was really to take recognizance of the work that we have done, but also to look at some of the initiatives that have been taking place over the years. So this year's FASDev program of work has been prepared to showcase innovative initiatives implemented in countries and how they successfully mobilize internal and external financial resources to this end. Also, the program of work provides us a space to highlight the offers and opportunities, areas of support, which is both technical and financial, and the interests of development partner entities. It's important that we also hear from the partners themselves in terms of what they're offering and how we are collaborating to ensure that we are well coordinated in providing the necessary support to countries. It also allows discussion on the needs of national statistical systems and partnership to bridge existing data gaps. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, our collective ambition is to make FASDev a cornerstone for transforming and modernizing national statistical system on the African continent. I therefore like to urge the 11th meeting of the Forum on Statistical Development in Africa to deeply reflect on strengthening synergies among all stakeholders to enhance innovation in the statistical system, because synergy, if I may quote what Stephen Covey said, what he said was, synergy is better than any way, synergy is better than my way or our way, it is our way of doing it. And this is what we'd like to do. With those remarks, I would like to end here and to thank you for listening and indeed to declare this session open. Thank you very much.